face and the eye. Okay?
So that's just a random well, not random, but from the superior ganglion.
Right.
That's just where the postganglionic
Yeah.
goes, that one thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aren't there ones that go to the lungs?
The cardiac nerves go to the heart and the lungs. Same thing.
Are these the cardiac nerves?
Well, so far we have the postganglionic going out, following the cervical spinal nerves to neck. Okay. Dorsal and ventral ringing. Okay, so go to skin of the neck. Okay.
It's from
Another thing the postganglionics do is jump on the carotid arteries and follow the carotid arteries to the face and the eye. Okay? That's what the carotid plexus is.
So it jumps
those are-
on the carotid artery,
Right,
the postganglionic,
yes.
from the superior cervical, and that's only from T1.
The preganglionics come from
Preganglionic.
T1.
Okay, so.
Okay, then I have a great question. It'll be on the exam, the quiz, but I'll give you a hint about it now. Okay?
We'll just send it.
Now, where are you?
Sorry, it's my fault.
No, blame her. What is this?
It's hard.
Okay.
Another thing the postganglionics do, they don't go through a gray ramus, but they go to the heart.
Okay.
This is a cardiac nerve.
Is that right here?
Yeah,
And that's from the superior ganglion?
that one. They come from a lot of places.
Oh, so close,
Okay.
okay. So close.
Now, does that make sense?
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
So what was that called?
cardiac nerve.
Oh.
So, how many different vertebrae, well, how many different places does the heart get synapse from? If you understand my question.
Yes, it's superior, inferior, middle cervical ganglion, first, fourth thoracic.
That's only places that touch the heart. Got it.
Maybe 5, but not always.
Okay.
The
Every case is
inferior,
different.
superior, and middle come from the thoracic, though, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, but the postganglionic that go
The-
to the
wait,
heart.
wait, you got the middle, the superior, middle, and inferior are what?
Cervical.
Right.
They are cervical paravertebral ganglia.
Okay.
The preganglionics that affect the superior ganglion come from T1.
Okay.
Those that affect the middle and inferior come from T2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
But in addition to doing that, they also, the postganglionics will go to from C1, the superior cervical, will go to the skin of the face and the neck and the eye. The postganglionics from C2 to 4, which is middle and inferior, go to the brachial plexus.
So all the ones that synapse on the heart also synapse on the lungs and form the cardiac pulmonary plexus,
Yes, plexi.
plexi, and that's T1 to T4 and the cervical.
Right, they all do that.
So C1 through 8 and T1 through 4. Okay.
Wait, say that again.
C1 through 8 and T1 through 4.
No,
I will be very happy.
how is it C1 through 8? They don't have it.
C1, there are only 3 cervical ganglia.
But the ganglia,
Oh.
not cervical.
They all, C1 through 3 is 1 and C4.
C1 is 1, C2 and 3. You have superior, see here?
But they're
Ah.
not from
Su-
cervical.
There's here,
That's what's, yes.
superior,
They're from-
middle, inferior cervical ganglia.
Oh, so they, okay.
Okay?
I thought that
There are 12, there are about 12 in the thoracic region, 5 in the lumbar, 5 in the
So
sacrum.
there's 3, 12, 5. Okay. I
Okay.
thought you were just combining areas.
So then which
Yeah.
spinal nerve attaches to?
No, you haven't.
They attach to the spinal nerve. The spinal nerve doesn't attach to them.
So which spinal nerve?
Okay. Who's got a piece of paper that I can borrow?
There's lines.
I don't care. If you don't care.
Oh, you got it.
Okay. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to visualize this, okay? I have no idea. I'm visualizing my lumbar splanchnics becoming active. Okay, so here, no.
Oh. No, I got it. Lumbar splanchnic.
Can any of you draw? Okay, well, you make a better copy of this later, okay?
Okay.
So here's the superior cervical ganglion. Here is the middle cervical ganglion. Here's the inferior cervical ganglion. Okay? Got it? Here is the first thoracic ganglion.
And sometimes that merges with the inferior, right? To form like the.
Leave me alone. Yes, it could be
Okay.
a stellate ganglion.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Okay, now, what's your name again?
Correct.
Corinne? Okay. What kind of cell bodies do we find in these ganglia?
Postganglionic.
Postganglionic sympathetic. So let's draw those in green, okay? We're going to draw 3 here, okay? 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. Okay? One thing all the postganglionics do is go out and join a spinal nerve. And it goes out through what?
Gregarious.
Do you believe that? Good. Kelly,
Yeah,
is that all right?
yeah,
You sure?
yeah.
Okay.
And that's cutaneous, right?
Yes. Good. Here's another one. Okay, Cameron, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor.
Yes.
Label these 3 ganglia. Oh, 4. Which one of which?
Do you want me to write it?
You name it and I'll write it.
Superior cervical ganglion.
Okay.
Superior sympathetic.
Superior cervical,
Okay.
SUPERI.
And you got middle cervical ganglion.
Do you mind if I abbreviate?
Whatever works for you. And then you got inferior.
And this?
And this would be T1. First thoracic. I guess that works too.
Okay,
Sympathetic. Got it.
all right. Everyone happy so far?
Very much so.
Okay, Matthew,
Yes.
what spinal nerves does the superior cervical ganglia attach to?
Isn't it upper thoracic or upper cervical?
What spinal nerve?
Oh, spinal nerve? C1. I don't know.
C1.
C1?
C4.
It's the
Okay.
cervical plexus.
cervical plexus. So one thing that these postganglionics from here do is supply the skin of the neck. The erectopili muscles, blood vessels, and sweat glands, okay? The middle cervical ganglia, C5, 6, 7. Inferior,
C8.
so there's your brachial plexus. Okay,
These two together.
Middle.
Yeah. Okay, are we
Why
good?
does it go C8 to T1 if that's T1?
This is the ventral rami we're talking about, not the ganglia.
Yeah. Okay.
So
What do
the
you mean you wait?
superior forms
You
the
keep
cervical
going and I get
plexus.
it.
The superior, what?
See, this forms the superior, or cervical plexus that we just learned about.
Yes, it supplies the cervical plexus with postganglionic sympathetics.
Yeah, we're just talking about sympathetics, right?
Right.
That's it, okay.
And they get to the skin of the neck by follow branches of the cervical plexus. Actually, to be accurate, you want me to be accurate?
Yeah.
C1, the first ventral ramus doesn't go to the skin.
What's it go to?
Suboccipital nerve. Right? Okay?
But it still gets the postganglionic.
Okay.
The,
There's no attachment to the C1.
oh, there's no,
Because there's no need for it. That's not going to go to the skin.
See, let's just move.
this is motor.
This is visceral motor. But it has to go to the skin, and C1 doesn't go to the skin.
Doesn't have any receptors in the skin.
Now, Kelly, may I please borrow a red?
Yeah, I know.
I got them from Walmart.
Okay, now,
They have all of, there's like 7. It's like, it's a rainbow, yeah. They came with 2 blues though, so I think I got chipped out of a color.
I feel like they want you to write like everything normal in blue.
Oh, maybe.
okay,
That might have been the.
here's the common carotid artery. Here's the carotid sinus. Here's the internal carotid, external carotid. Okay?
And that's just running next to it separately.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready?
I guess.
Okay. Corinne,
Yeah.
stop writing. Here is a postganglionic sympathetic neuron, right? It's located in what ganglion?
The superior cervical.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing these do is they wind around the carotids and are distributed with the carotid arteries.
That's just the branch.
Okay? That's your carotid plexus. The carotid arteries bring the postganglionic sympathetics to the skin of the face and the eye.
What's this path that it leaves out of?
It just jumps on it.
Just jumps.
If you notice, the carotid sinus is right near the superior cervical ganglion, so it just follows it.
Okay, so it just leaves.
Okay? So now we have two things that the sympathetics do from this ganglion. They supply the skin of the neck via the gray ramus connection to the sympathetic, the cervical plexus. They send branches along the carotid arteries to supply the eye and the skin of the face.
So the middle and inferior do not add to the carotid plexus.
How many ganglia do they have there?
Only two.
And here?
Those go to the other ganglion goes
So
to
those
the
don't
heart.
do it.
Okay, now we can come here. Whose name should I put in here? How about Sarah?
Yes.
Okay? Now, we need, where's my green? Don't steal my stuff.
If you have a darker green curriculum.
That's better. A third thing that the axons can do from the superior cervical ganglion is not go through a gray ramus, but go to the heart.
To hop on any blood
Nope,
vessels.
Nope, just goes to the heart.
Goes
Heart
where
and
it feels.
lungs, okay?
Just feels like it.
Same thing from here,
And lungs?
and lungs.
This is the postganglionic.
Well, what does it look like?
The postganglionic.
Okay. What are these three things called?
Cardiac.
Cardiac nerves, okay. And there's one from here. That will also,
So they
okay,
affect the heart and the lungs.
okay,
Do they branch off
right,
to the lungs?
yeah.
Like here, it'll
Yeah.
branch off and go to the lungs. Gotcha.
Wait, where? Before.
Oh, before branches.
So,
Has everyone got that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so the reason why,
Now, what we're missing here, can this system work the way it is?
No, you need preganglionic.
Good. Do you understand that? Okay.
good job, Ken.
Busting my butt to the right on this.
I am so sorry. No, it's confusing. The names are confusing, but if you define each of the names and then, you know, okay.
Are these the cardiac plexus then? And then the
They
branch?
help form the cardiac plexus. Cardiac plexus also has other things.
wait, so why, so I know you need parasympathetic for this to work, right?
No?
Or preganglionic, okay, sorry.
Wait, how do you,
Okay, so now, okay, let's do that.
okay.
Can I have, you have a nice color that we haven't used yet? Pink. Oh, I love pink. Okay. Where do the preganglionics come from?
The white man, T1.
The intermediolateral column, they join the spinal nerve here, and they come in through a white ramus, and they synapse here. Okay?
Where do they come from?
The intermedial of the spinal cord.
Okay.
So I didn't draw that in. That gets too all right?
Yep. And they can not form a synapse and go all the way to.
Okay, wait, just be quiet. Okay. And here's another one, it's synapse on these, okay? Are we good?
Yep.
Great.
Now, what did you just say?
It can go straight through without synapsing and form a spike nerve.
Not here, for later down, but what else can it do?
I don't know. Is that what?
It goes up to the superior cervical.
It comes, you can ascend these, ascend. Now watch this, this is gonna be cute. It goes here, doesn't wanna stop there. Goes here, doesn't wanna stop there. It goes here, can't go anymore, so it stops. And there's a synapse. There's a synapse.
The same one,
There's a
all of them?
Well, there are different ones, but okay?
Dr. Berg, I have a question. So then,
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
so this is the white ramus, this is the gray ramus,
Yeah.
this is the spinal nerve.
yeah. or a reasonable facsimile.
And then it's traveling up to innervate, the preganglionics are traveling up
Right,
to innervate with the superiors.
thank you. Okay?
Yep.
All right, is it, because that's the way it was born. Probably because this whole part came from the same, what do you call those cells? It developed the same way.
What's that?
Is it this the? These are coming off the spinal nerve,
Yeah.
the white and gray,
Right.
and they're dorsal. Am I like
Way off.
completely different?
Well, they're gonna, the postganglionics are gonna go into a dorsal ramus and a ventral ramus.
Okay.
Okay? You know what I mean. Where's the green?
Oh.
Okay? Everything that's in the spinal nerve goes into the dorsal and the ventral ramus.
Okay, so this is just before that?
Mhm.
Okay, that's where I was getting.
So this is part of the cutaneous pathway again?
Not this, only these.
But what about the one
So
we
the-
just made of the preganglionic splitting up?
That's just the preganglionic.
Yeah, can you
It
go-
is when it goes to this one, it is.
Yes.
Oh.
So
So
where-
what does it mean when it goes to these?
It means that you're gonna drive the carotid plexus, and it means you're gonna drive the cardiac nerves.
Cutaneous is when it goes to the spinal nerve to the skin. This spinal nerve takes the
Okay.
postganglionic to the skin.
So when does a splenic or?
Later on,
Oh, okay.
when you do when Dr. Z lectures. I'd like you to get this first.
Okay.
Okay, so you said that you can't make the splenic nerves off of these.
No,
Why not?
because they start from T5 down.
Oh, they start from T5.
So T4 supplies cervical,
So
T5 through T11 is splicing,
From-
T12 through L.
the pink all the way up here to here, that's the cardiac plexus?
Cardiac plexus is made up of the postganglionic sympathetics, preganglionic sympathetics. Do the preganglionics go to the heart? No, just the post.
Dr. Bird, I have a question and
Yeah.
a follow-up question. What is this area called?
Sympathetic chain.
Sympathetic chain, okay. So in T5 through T11, there's nothing in the sympathetic chain. It's just empty.
Yes,
They're just there to connect but there's no cords going through them.
How's the cardiac plexus made of the preganglionics?
not.
Oh, I
just
think,
post.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
It just
When-
requires the
sympathetic chain
synapse
is the
free.
tube that
That's
connects.
it, okay.
When does it stop going to the, like, forming cardiac nerves?
After T4.
T4 and T12, because those little chains have nothing in between.
So this is,
They're just there.
this is C8 to T1, what's this one? Oh, that's just T1 too, okay.
Wait, Corinne, what was your question?
Like, when do they stop going to the heart, the cardiac nerve, just to T4?
I'm not gonna ask you that, but
Oh, we
I
don't
want-
necessarily
no.
specifics. though.
I'd like you to know this stuff.
Are you H?
So, like,
Cool.
you should- okay, all right, I got it.
Okay?
I probably should have drawn that picture.
So the heart is.
I'll just put this on Facebook.
Yeah.
That too.
Once you're done, take a picture. Once you're done with the video, take a picture.
Oh, okay, I can do that too.
Drop it up on Dropbox.
So you know what this is showing here? Corinne? This is for you. Okay. The T5 here, preganglionic comes in. See this here from this the T5 region? Comes in through a white ramus. Synapses here. Postganglionics go out here and here, okay? This is your cutaneous path,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Another thing they can do is to go down a number of segments before synapsing. Okay? But they can also form a splanchnic nerve.
Do they only go down past L4?
Yeah, mainly
I mean,
past L4.
L4?
T4 is when
T4.
they start going down. They form splanchnic nerves and they start going down. So now here's the question. Definitely will be on the next quiz. Turn the video off. No. Where is one place where you will have minimal effect that, if you had a lesion, would cause Horner syndrome?
Minimal effect causing Horner syndrome.
Just one snip.
You're looking for the segment level, like the different level, or something like this?
That's why I don't want you to think of levels.
Okay.
The chain.
Bless you. Anywhere from T1 to the superior cervical ganglion, if you cut the sympathetic chain, you prevent preganglionics from getting to the superior cervical. So anywhere from here up.
But that would have minimal effect? What did that have?
Well, you have other cardiac nerves, so you don't sweat here.
But like it's hard.
However, if you did this here, you would cut off all input to the superior cervical ganglion.
So the sympathetic chain above T1?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we just said if you.
That would cause Horners, right?
Yes.
Why would it be minimal effects?
Would it minimal be like right there though?
Yeah, why would you cut further up?
I just wanted you to get the idea of the sympathetic chain.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, so it's just Horners.
Now,
is there.
why is it that people who have carotid artery aneurysms
They get too big.
have Horners?
They're compressed.
They compress the nerves.
That's
the
it.
nerve
Which
endings.
nerves? Which nerves?
These two, the carotid plexus.
Yes, it will actually compress the superior cervical ganglion.
Because those all go.
So we won't be able to release ACH through. Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
They won't be able to throw.
But if it compresses T1, that will cause Horners too, right? Or,
Yeah.
okay.
Cool.
Does T2, that does not go to the superior
Goes
cervical?
to middle.
Usually not. It usually goes to the middle. T2 to 4 tend to go to here.
So T2 could cause a problem with the heart?
Well, there's so many others, it's not going to affect
Oh,
it.
okay.
Will it affect it minimally, just not be as strong, but it'll still be really strong?
It probably won't affect it at all.
Can I ask an unrelated question? Somewhat related, but not that related to this. How come referred pain happens? Like, isn't the phrenic,